And a hush of expectancy now is heard as Dame Joan Sutherland and Marilyn Horne return with conductor Richard Bonning for the duet Serbami ognor from Rossini's Semiramide. marvelous reflections of joint admiration and satisfaction on the faces of both Dame Joan Sutherland and Marilyn Horne, following the performance of the duet Serbami ognor from Rossini's Semiramide, with Richard Bonning conducting the New York Philharmonic, live from Lincoln Center from the stage of Avery Fisher Hall. And here the two of them are, returning Dame Joan Sutherland and Marilyn Horne. Their first joint recital ever, and the first time that they have been on a stage together in a number of years. Flowers, of course, being thrown from the audience to the stage, and two very happy artists gathering some of the flowers and embracing one another. Obviously an audience here at Avery Fisher Hall, which has been moved, and now many of them rise to their feet in a standing ovation. for this performance by these two reigning stars of the current opera world, Dame Joan Sutherland and Marilyn Horne. It's intermission time here in Avery Fisher Hall on this Live from Lincoln Center telecast. In the days just preceding this event, we visited with Dame Joan Sutherland, her husband Richard Bonning, and Marilyn Horne as they prepared for this concert.
Well, I can start it to the time when I first heard Joan's voice. I remember hearing her on the radio when she just had hit it. Must have been 59. And then just, you know, oohing and eyeing and saying, oh, that's the way to sing and everything.
I was really bowled over by the quality of sound and the drive that she had, the energy when she sings. Marilyn and I sort of hit it off when we very first met. We seemed to have the same possibly zany outlook on certain things.
It's there somehow between the two of us. It's not something that we have to work for.
The timbre of each voice seems to match the other very well, so that when they sing together, you don't get a lot of horrible vibrations which do occur when certain people sing together. They're both good musicians, they're both sensitive musicians, and I think they both like each other basically, and yet each one inspires the other to sing a little bit better. I think there's a certain rivalry, a certain good sort of rivalry.
Each of us receives something from the other, and it urges us to sing that much better, I think.
That's probably one of the reasons why Joan and I have had this wonderful collaboration in our singing, is because we're both trying for the same things.
Anybody in the winds? The 2 before 182. They don't play a dot there. Da dee da da. That's it. Thank you very much. Have a break, everybody, will you?
Where do you want to begin that?
You know, when you have a concert like this, it's much harder to rehearse 16 different numbers, or whatever it amounts to, than to rehearse a whole opera.
Oh, from Décolleté, I see.
Yeah, that's 11:40.
By sitting down together like that, it means that we have decided what the program's going to be, exactly what the cuts are going to be, what parts we need to get.
In Babylonia, Richard, is there some place before the Aquel Giorno that might make logical sense?
I suppose my function is to try and make it as easy as it's possible for the two ladies, so that they can sit back and enjoy themselves and sing well.
Who timed that?
Now, if it's a real problem to cut this, then the alternative is to make it a 3.
Is anyone both ladies consider staying on stage?
Well, that's nerve-wracking for them in a way, isn't it? Because, you know, if they can relate to one another, relate to the audience, and sing really with their hearts, then they'll give a great show, because they are two of the greatest singers of the 20th century, and to put them together, it doesn't double the impact. I think it 4 times, 5 times the impact, and it's very exciting to hear them singing together.
Everything. And I really don't remember a thing about it. And of course there was the fantastic the first night of Lucia in the Zeffirelli production. I think it possibly was the most beautiful thing I had seen at Covent Garden, and yet I was in it myself. And I never really expected that it would have the results that it did. I don't really remember the exact time we met. He won a scholarship and went to London, and a year later I followed. And on the first day I was there, just about killed me walking around from one museum to another. He couldn't wait to show me everything in one day. I sort of finally had to hold up my hands and say, listen, I mean, I hope I'm going to be here for a while. Please don't show me everything in one day. And he said, oh, there's plenty more to see. And I found out he was right. Well, I think that every singer needs to have someone to keep a very watchful eye on them. None of us really hear ourselves as other people hear us. And I think to have someone guarding and guiding my career has been absolutely fantastic.
And a singer needs somebody to listen to them, to help them, to point out the mistakes that they're making, because even the greatest singers constantly fall into bad habits. All of them, there's no exception. I don't think there ever has been an exception.
Can we do something else? Isn't it a bit boring?
She had always a very solid middle voice, but she had also the top notes. But she used to sing without knowing. She hadn't the faintest idea whether she was singing a high F or a high C or what she was singing, because she doesn't have the gift of perfect pitch. But to make her produce those notes consciously was a very hard job, because she had a mental block about it. My job was just to make her see this, make her realize what she was missing, what she was able to do. It was merely a matter of giving confidence, a psychological job rather than anything else.
I do tend to play a lot of ladies who are psychologically disturbed, become insane, either kill themselves, drown themselves, die of some sort of nervous attack, poison perhaps, a gentle stabbing. It's really great fun to play the characters that don't die. It's wonderful to do something like The Merry Widow, something like Fledermaus. Puritani again is fantastic for the story to evolve through all the madnesses and mistaken situations, and come out on top of it actually still being alive. I don't think that either of us, when we first met, ever thought that we'd marry and spend 25 years together. But that's the way it worked out. What about the moment you had? How much of it are we doing? Can't we do the other piece? I think we've had really more than anybody can expect out of life and a career. And it's been a very wonderful experience, I think, for both of us.
Tonight, Live from Lincoln Center has a special gift for you celebrating this historic concert. It's a 16-page color teleguide, a special publication from Opera News magazine. And it's yours together with Lincoln Center's stage bill, the program for this evening, free for the asking. Just send a postcard with your name and address to Live from Lincoln Center, Box 50, New York, New York, zip 10023. On the cover, our divas, Dame Joan Sutherland and Marilyn Horne. And inside, you'll find a candid and revealing portrait of both ladies in their own words. Your teleguide also includes the complete program and credits for tonight's broadcast, plus a gallery of onstage photos of both divas in their great roles. For your free color teleguide, plus Lincoln Center Stage Bill souvenir program, write Live from Lincoln Center, Box 50, New York, New York, zip 10023. That's Box 50, New York, New York, zip 10023. This program is made possible by grants from Exxon Corporation, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and the National Endowment for the Arts.